Hey everyone, welcome back to the IWP Network, or if it's your first time, welcome hanging out with us. Thank you so much for choosing this podcast, and feedback is always welcome. So make sure to check the links below for all social media links, audio and video versions of this show, and merch. We look forward to hearing from you and hearing that feedback, and enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live, we're back, and we are with a guest, which is super exciting. Before we get any further into this, though, I want to say thank you to our sponsor, Abaddon Tattoo Studio, a unique professional experience nestled in the small town of Pine Grove, Pennsylvania. They provide high-quality tattoos, piercings, and a relaxed, professional, and sterile environment. My wife is currently there getting tattooed.
Oh, nice.
Nice. What you getting?
She's getting a beat.
A beat?
A beat tattooed on her.
Like a Dwight Schrute beat?
Like a Dwight Schrute beat. Yes, she is.
Not a Doug Funny beat?
No, and then she's also getting a B tattooed on her. Not like a bumblebee, but the letter B. She's very proud of her Blackwell name, and she always wanted a B after it. And I said, do you, boo-boo? I told her to put it on her butt, and don't know if that's happening or not, but if she does, that would be amazing. B on her butt. All right. But yeah, so she's getting some tattoos while she's there. I believe while she's there too, they're going to be giving us giveaway gift cards. So we have some giveaways coming up pretty soon from them. Cool. We do have local business giveaways that we're going to be doing really soon. I'm just trying to strategize how to do it. We have the Cake Stand, the Craft House, and Press Coffee.
Cool.
Yes, Patreon is available. If you guys want to join our Patreon, it's $5 a month to get bonus episodes. We'll be recording a bonus episode following this podcast. Also, you can do $1 thing where we give you a shout out. $5 also gets you the shout out too. So until the Patreon gets insane, that's fingers crossed. You may only get one shout out, but now that it's low, we'll do it every episode. But huge thank you to the PA Pile Driver podcast for subscribing. Hireth in Other Words podcast, Jay, and the way you put it in the chat is the way I'm gonna say it. Like I'm not gonna. So anyway, Austin Blackwell. Jennifer Myers, and Keith Skater. I almost said Keith Slater. That's the wrong person. But Keith Skater for donating and helping us out and helping us grow. Your contributions are amazing. And the people who just recently bought merch from our merch page again, thank you so much. So we do have t-shirts, hoodies, banners, stickers, all that fun stuff. Fanny packs. There's everything's there. We're like Kiss. If we
We're gonna get a coffin.
Yeah, if we can slap our logo on it, we'll do it. But
the Bangin Beers podcast coffin.
Yes. So today,
or urn, whatever you're into.
Yeah, an urn would be amazing. Like Paul Bear.
Yeah, ooh, yes, Undertaker.
We'll summon Bob. Let's turn to our guest here. Introduce yourself. Let us know who you are and why you're here with us today.
What's going on, everybody? My name's John from War Horse Brewing Company up in Geneva, New York, in the Finger Lakes. You guys are drinking some War Horse beers today, and kind enough to let me jump on.
You're kind enough to join us.
We're finally able to shift into the state of Pennsylvania direct.
Okay.
As of about a year or so ago.
Nice. Do you know exactly where your reach is at?
We can shift from the brewery. It gets picked up anywhere in the Commonwealth. Right to your door, as long as you're over 21 assignment.
Perfect. So it gets shipped to your door. Perfect. So first off, if you have been listening to this podcast and you've been hearing us talk about this beer numerous times, now you can experience it yourself, which I'm really, really happy that you guys can do that, because we went up to the Finger Lakes. We experienced a lot of breweries, a lot of good breweries, but this is definitely the one that stood out. Mm-hmm. And this is the one that every time he comes home, I make him stop and bring me back a 4-pack of whatever. I'm a huge fan of it. we talked about the beer that made me a huge fan was the Hazelton Hero. So we can get a little bit into that. So your grandfather originally was born in Hazelton and then moved out there, then started a business. But you have a little more detail. So tell we don't have the Hazelton Hero unfortunately here with us, but let's talk about that beer because I feel that's a really cool thing, especially in our area, that you guys are from the Finger Lakes and have a beer named about one of our towns. And you've never have you ever been to Hazelton?
One time.
One time, yeah.
You're not missing much.
So my grandfather, my mom's dad, is from Hazelton. At the desk. There he is.
He's a stud. Look at that guy. Yeah.
I'm sure he was trouble.
Oh, if he was from Hazelton, he was definitely trouble. He from the Coal Region area, School County. He knew how to get himself in trouble.
He was from Hazelton, and then World War II he was Navy, and then he was moving all over the place for work. Got married, had kids, moved again. He was in Pennsylvania, Connecticut, New Jersey, Ohio, New York, all over the place. And then finishing up in New York with spouse law, which is out of Rochester, contact lenses, things like that. But he was always a Yingling guy. That was his big thing. So he liked college basketball, didn't care for professional basketball, liked college basketball, and he liked college football. And so when we watch a game, it would always have to bust out the Yingling, and the Yingling would always be start a story of some sort. So it'd always be, when I was growing up, or we moved to New Jersey, or we moved to Ohio, and I brought Yingling, and then no one had ever heard of it before because it was only in Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
And it was really cool. So when we were building the brewery in around 2008, 2009, we wanted to theme it with this kind of World War II theme, kind of as an homage to Gramps, because there was a lot of that. I really dug that time capsule effect that beer had. Because the kind of the long and short story is the way he talked about his life through a beer. I really liked it. And then it turned out as I got older, I would do the same thing. So my now wife and I would go vacation somewhere, and then we'd come back and the beer would reach Rochester at some point. And a couple of years later, we go, oh my God, do you remember when we went here, when we did this thing, and we went that place? And it was never really about the beer so much as it was about the experience and the feel of everything and kind of that period in time. And I was hoping that people would, when they come visit, we get a lot of tourists, a lot of people from out of town visiting in the Finger Lakes. And when you go home, if that's just to Rochester, if that's to PA, if it's to wherever, Europe, then the next time you see the words Warhorse, or you see one of our beers or a tap handle at a bar, and you go, oh my God, you remember when we went to that place in the Finger Lakes, and then we went to this place, and we went to that place, and we finally went to Wegmans. Everybody talks about Wegmans. We finally made it, and all that type of thing. So that was kind of the theme of Warhorse. That's how it all started. And that's why we had the Hazelton Hero.
It definitely hit the nail on the head, because exactly of why you created that for your grandfather and the stories and everything he did is literally exactly what happens in every bar in a Coal Regions town in this area. Like, I don't want to just say School County, because Hazelton's the next county over, but it's the same across the board. You go in there, you see the old timer, he has his beer, he'll tell you every story you want to hear. It's just always a good time when you experience something like that. And the fact that you're talking about going somewhere and encapsulating that moment. So the Hazelton Hero and his story did that for us, and we didn't even know that backstory until like we were on the phone a couple months later. But that beer exactly did that for us, which sparked us to be huge fans of your brewery, because reading that can was like, this is home. Like, he moved out of the area and he lives up in the Finger Lake area, like kind of right,
just outside
the Finger Lake area. So that beer and your brewery has even been like home away from home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like having a Warhorse beer. And for him, he has to go up there during the week, and then he comes home every other weekend. That's like having something like that is a good way to kind of feel like you're still in School County or in Pennsylvania, being up in New York.
Yep.
Yeah, man, it's really cool. That was always kind of the goal. Is that I appreciate the actual physical liquid, the art that goes into making the beer. I'm not quite as smart as the actual brewers that make it, and they know all the science and everything, and they have a better palate than I do, and they have a better sense of all those sciencey things. I kind of cling more to the actual emotions of the beer, as lame as that sounds. That sometimes you got. That's why we put the album pairings on the beer too, for the same reason. You go, okay, we can talk about food, we can talk about the science of it, or this is kind of what, when I'm drinking it, I feel like it would go really well with this type of situation, or this type of music, or this type of movie, or whatever.
The write-ups are definitely on point when it comes to the beers. You guys.
Thanks,
Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah. So you, Bob, we could kind of rehash the story a little bit. You actually had an experience with Lieutenant Dan, right? Or you know of him?
When I was in the military, I was stationed in Hawaii for a while. That was the state that he represented in the Senate. I'm a little older than Tony, so I was an adult for a good portion of his active political career.
Yeah.
It was just...
I forgot Gary Sinise was actually a politician.
It like came out of the blue, and that's another brings back memories with something that you haven't thought about in a long time. When I was stationed in Hawaii, that was from 1985 to 1988.
Yeah. What you said, took a bullet, used his good arm to throw his last grenade, or
actually at one point,
we're talking about real Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah, the real Lieutenant Dan.
They were talking about Gary Sinise.
They were storming a machine gun nest, and he got down to his last grenade, and he got shot, and he actually got shot in the arm that had the grenade, and he couldn't let go of it, and so he actually had to pry his grenade out of his useless hand and throw it with his other one. Like you can't make stuff like that up.
Badass.
Yeah.
And I believe he was an Asian man, right?
He was a Japanese American.
Japanese American. Yeah, that's his story is unbelievable. And like the fact, like you said, like you knew more about his actual story, and then having the can, you're like, oh, I remember that guy. So that was a cool little experience. Yeah. So
what service were you in, Bob?
I was in the Marine Corps.
Oh, my brother was. He was actually stationed in Hawaii too, from like 90 to 92, I think. Cool.
I'm pretty sure they changed the name of the base since then, but when I was there, it was Marine Corps Air Station Kaneohe Bay.
Yeah. All right. So anything about this beer that you can kind of give us some insight on, or the reason why you guys went with it, or found this story?
Yeah, man. So Lieutenant Dan was just kind of a name that popped up as Lieutenant Dan IPA, and it's got one of it. If you get deep into the industry, it's called the bar call, and it's what you yell out when you're ordering beer. You say, "Give me a." So certain beers have names, and they get called other things when they get ordered because their names are too long or complicated or whatever. So your bar call is what the beer gets called by a customer when they're ordering it. And Lieutenant Dan is just so funny because everybody does the accent when they order Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah.
You ain't got no
so
legs.
we thought that was so fun. Exactly right. So if you work behind the bar on a busy Saturday in the fall, you hear that line about 700 times.
Yeah, you should give someone like a free beer if they don't do it.
I know. It's always fun. Well, I like it if someone pulls out a different line from the movie. That's what I'm like, hell yeah.
I want the she tastes like cigarettes, Lieutenant Dan.
I got to find the middle of your Black Panther party.
Yeah.
That could be the
So
the gimmick of the day is that like whoever gets the right says the right line, you guys gets a free Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah. Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah. I always love that picture of him at New Year's where he's just sitting at the bar and he's just pissed off and he has glitter and confetti on his hair.
Oh my God, that was the best one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we had the name Lieutenant Dan. We liked it a lot. And then I just went on a search to find a real Lieutenant Dan. And then I came across the story of Dan Inouye. And it was just so wild. He was just a kid living on the Hawaiian Islands, and Pearl Harbor happens, and he has like trained in first aid. So he just books it. He like leaves school, takes off, goes down to the bay, like just starts helping any way he could. And he's so juiced up that he's ready to jump in and join the cause. And he can't. He's not allowed to because he's a Japanese American guy. And so he just fights and goes on and on. He's petitioning everybody he can, and eventually through a bunch of people doing the same thing, FDR makes this group that's allowed just all Japanese American crew that goes on to fight, and those guys are same thing. It seems like a lot of those kind of minority groups fight extra hard for that reason of like, now I'm going to show these sons of bitches what I can do.
Yeah.
And that I can go up there and mess up with everybody else. And so they go out and it's on the can there. He's charging machine gun nests, and he's taking one out. He's taking another out. He's getting hit in the stomach. He's getting hit in the arm, and he's just got a wild story. And then he goes on and is a senator for eternity, essentially.
Yeah.
And, it seems like he does a lot of great stuff for a lot of people. And I was like, that's the story. So we found that picture of those guys on there and put it on the can. I knew we wanted this kind of old school newspaper headline type of look to it. So you see that one. Our Royal Kilt Inspector has that label, and originally so did the Peace Bomber.
Yeah. Yeah, and just the fact that he's a Japanese American during that time, and he's overseas fighting, Japanese and German soldiers, while Japanese Americans are being put in prison camps. You know what I mean?
Yeah, internment camps.
It's kind of crazy to think like he's fighting an even bigger fight than just the war. You know what I mean? It's a lot of props to that dude, man.
Like the paired with grilled shrimp, box of chocolates.
Yeah.
And then the
I had a little nod in there.
an album of CCR, which
Nice.
is like most of the Forrest Gump theme song.
Yeah.
Or
track.
any Vietnam related movie.
Yeah.
Go. We got a Vietnam movie. There's helicopters coming.
Yep.
All right, Fortunate Son. Here we do.
All right. Great song, by the way. We're gonna go. I'm really excited.
Are we
for
gonna
this one.
talk about this beer though?
Well,
Yeah.
we've had it so many times.
But it's so fucking good.
It is. It is.
Like
it is
I would
definitely-
proudly keep a case of this in my fridge at any point in time I could.
Yeah.
Well, now you
I
can.
might have to. I might have to have Pop stop for me. So.
You can do that.
Yeah.
I recommend if you can get yourself some Lieutenant Dan. There's a neat story about the senator on the can, and then the IPA opens with a rush of aromatic citrus pine and a touch of bready malt. The taste is a balanced blend of tropical fruits and sticky pine, with a solid malt backbone to hold everything together. And as Andy said, it pairs well with grilled shrimp and a box of chocolate.
But no, I love this beer. It's
It's
really
really
good.
Can't go wrong with
Thanks,
it.
man.
Yeah.
So our
I'm,
first year that we were open was 2016, and we had Lieutenant Dan on tap, and we entered it into this New York State beer festival. It's called the Governor's Cup. It's put on by the New York State Brew Association, and it won a gold medal for us for best pale ale in New York State.
Nice.
Really cool.
Nice.
It was our first year open, so it was great to get a little recognition right off the bat. And kind of after that, people just started buying it regularly because it's well priced. It's not a crazy priced beer or anything, and we make it so often that on the shelf it's almost always crazy fresh or fresh. So you can find it all over the state now because we have a little bit of a distro footprint through Buffalo and Syracuse and Albany and down to the Finger Lakes, the state line and things. So that's definitely one that helped us out.
Yeah, like I said, this definitely would be one I would love to keep in my fridge at all times.
Yeah, right on, man.
Yeah, great beer. Can't go wrong. Definitely a flagship there. All right, we're gonna jump to the next one here. This is the Warhorse American Light Beer. So while we're cracking this and pouring it, oh yeah, you're going with us here. Give us a
Cheers
little
to it,
rundown.
fellas.
Yes, cheers, man. Give us a little rundown on this one.
Yeah, man. So Warhorse Light is probably my favorite beer that we make, which is like the least sexy thing to pick.
Yeah.
But I'm around beer all day long, every day, just like you guys, talking beer all the time. And so anybody talks to me, I'm usually talking about beer. My car has beer stickers on it. And I just like beer all the time.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to actually drinking beer more than like trying something to see what it tastes like, I just like something that I can not think about. You kind of turn off and watch.
Thank you.
And drink, which is great. And so the Warhorse Light originally came from Pete and Garrett, the brewers, were brewing up this thing to essentially, I don't know if anybody that makes sourdough, it's kind of a big thing during the lockdowns, but you have your culture and you got to keep feeding it. So every week or so, you pull it out, feed it with fresh flour and water, and then put it back and it feeds it and keeps everything healthy. That's essentially what Pete and Garrett were doing. They were making a super basic, almost white floury beer to feed our house yeast. and then we would just drink it after work because it was super tasty and low alcohol. And we put a couple kegs on up in the tap room and just put it on. It was like, oh, what are we gonna call it? And same thing, we got all these names and things, so I'm racking my brain, and we got a million different things, and I got the whiteboard out, like Beautiful Mind style, and be like, wow, they call this, call that, call that, call that, and then just be like, what if we just called it Warhorse Light, like it's our old school, like dad beer type of crushable. You know exactly what you're getting when you order a Warhorse Light. You're getting our lightest beer because we get plenty of people, like you said, we have the winery right there. We get a lot of people from out of town that are varying levels of beer knowledge or beer love or styles that they like. And we get a fair amount of people that come in and go, what's the lightest beer you have? And now it's not a question of what is the lightest beer we have. Warhorse Light.
Yeah.
So it's like a 4%, 4.1% ABV, essentially kind of like a cream ale if you're familiar with the Rochester beer scene.
Yeah, you guys love those cream ales up there.
Hell yeah, dude. Cream ales is the best. So this is kind of our that type of area.
Yeah, this is, for being so light bodied, it has a lot of flavor.
Dude, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like
I love
for
this. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
like it's got like a full flavor of like a Pilsner, but not like it's not like a watered down lighty beer.
Yeah,
it's
not super light bodied to the point where
No,
you
it's got like, it has everything I want in just like a daily drinker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now,
That's it.
what
And
is
I'm not
this?
blowing smoke up your ass just because you're here.
Yeah. No,
This
he's
is
usually
actually really
Come on, man,
fucking
I'll
good.
take
he's usually our toughest critic.
Yeah, I'm usually the asshole.
it. Yeah, well, there's a lot of beers left. Sure, you'll get
No,
it.
I'll probably everything I've had from you guys so far has been great. But like I said, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more reminiscent of a cream ale to me, but still,
Yeah.
this is delicious. I love it.
Yeah.
No
There's a
complaints
creaminess
from me.
to it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, the cool thing about the first two we had, and then,
This is a barbecue beer.
yeah, and then also the Hazelton Hero. If you go to a brewery, I know a lot of people like who are not craft beer drinkers are afraid to get in the scene.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is a beer that you're like, I don't really drink craft beer. What do you have that I can enjoy while I'm here having a meal or being here with friends? And you're like, you can't go wrong with this one because it tastes exactly like a domestic beer with more flavor.
Yeah.
No, it tastes better than a domestic
Yeah,
beer.
but I mean, but it's
No,
in the same ballpark.
No, like I said, it's awesome. Like this is probably one of the best labeled light beers I've ever had.
The can.
If
I'm
not
gonna,
the best.
I'm gonna say right now that's gonna be a tough.
And like you
That's
got
a
the
tough
like
pick for
almost the
can of
old
the night.
school Captain America type shield.
Yeah, that's t-shirt worthy.
That's how I look at it. I would wear that in a t-shirt. Yeah.
So that's a local guy that we have. You got the Bombshell there. He's the same guy that does our Bombshell
Oh, nice.
art.
Uh-huh.
And so we needed someone to do original pinup girls because we couldn't use the actual ones. They're still owned. So we had to come up with original pinups to use on all these Bombshell cans. And so this guy was just
That's
an artist,
awesome.
and we came up with a couple of those. And then we threw him the Warhorse Light because we knew we wanted this like 1930s-ish Uncle
Yeah.
Sam.
Yep.
Where it's more like a fruit box. And if you ever seen in antique stores, there's always like fruit boxes, like
Yep.
at least in the
Yeah.
Finger Lakes, there's so much fruit grown. But yeah, there's always like super bright and shiny, like California oranges or whatever it is. And
Yeah,
then they'll have some
yeah.
crazy logo with sun coming out behind it and things. And we kind of dug that type of look. It's crazy classic, and it's usually very straightforward, like a couple of big colors because there wasn't many colors you could print, and big block letters and not crazy ornate, but some cool detail in the artwork. And so that's what we ordered up, and he came up with this Uncle Sam leaning on the shield, which was pretty cool. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
Awesome.
It's a great, super old school label. I love the yellows and blues in the background. It's sharp.
Yeah. Like I said, 4.1. You can have that all day long. I like the album pairing on this one. It's the Chirping Crickets by Buddy Holly and the
Buddy Holly and the
Crickets.
Crickets.
Yeah, good album right there.
Yeah, super classic Americana, like beginning of rock and roll. Buddy Holly kind of took all the different genres that were happening in the underground at the time, which was still popular all over the country. It was like kind of the R&B and the blues and the rock and roll and all those types, and kind of smashed them all up and made them super palatable. And so that was kind of the think. It was like, wow, it's something classic American, this beer style and all that.
Yeah.
I'm switching the lineup around a little bit because I've had the cake and the spice, so I'm kind of excited for these guys to try this. This is the first of two pairings that are available from Warhorse. The cake and the spice, they're good individually, and then you can mix them together to enjoy a third beer, I guess you can say, for the price of two. So this is the saleswoman that works for you. When I stopped up at the brewery, I picked up 4 4-packs, and she said, if you buy the 5th one, you get a 6th one free. So I picked up the cider, and then I saw the box, because these were in a box instead of the plastic holders, and I said, can I get the cake and the spice as the free one? She goes, absolutely. So that's where we went with this one.
So I'm going to do a pour in each glass here.
Yep.
So yeah,
So we're
while
supposed
you're
to mix
pouring them out,
these.
So we're going to try them solo first, and then kind of whatever we have left, we'll pour together. Now, we're not going to be super scientific or super accurate with our pours probably, but
Right.
that's just us. We're not pros here. We just drink beer.
So this one started with a couple years ago. I found a recipe for it was called war cake. Dwight Eisenhower's wife used to do recipes for usually the women at home, and they were all had to be ration friendly recipes. This is during World War II, so low on butter, super low on sugar, low on eggs, all that kind of stuff. But you could get spices, baking spices, because they never ever go bad, essentially. So it was easy to get baking spices, hard to get sugar, and you didn't have a lot of sugar. So we found this war cake that was this really dense brown cake, and I brought the recipe to the brewers.
It does not drink
Let's
like it
make
smells.
That smells like Christmas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it drinks like it, but it's not as forward with the spice and the cinnamon as it comes off of the smell.
No, that's nice.
It tastes like a gingerbread.
It tastes like a
cookie.
vanilla chai from Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, it's really good. That's a good solo beer.
The spice reminds me of, and I'm gonna mess up the name, the Agitate Educate.
Yes.
That's what the spice reminded me of. But the Agitate Educate beer is a little more spice forward, a little more cinnamons forward. This one was a little more mellower, and I really liked it. When I tried to mix these in my apartment, I don't think I got the mixture quite right. But you can tell mixing them together was going to be really good.
You know what this drinks like to me a little bit? It drinks like a Cinnabon. I get like the cinnamon, the spice, and then I get like a little vanilla.
I think it tastes like a vanilla chai from Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, it drinks like a Cinnabon. I gotta stop drinking it because is there any? 'Cause I have to pour.
There's a lot left. Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah, we got to mix.
The chocolate cake stout just tastes like cake batter. This is awesome.
All right, so I have a hard time with stouts, so I'm gonna hopefully hear every
There's
time
no coffee whatsoever. You
coffee
should be
whatsoever.
okay.
Yeah,
It tastes like
It's-
cake batter.
chocolate up on Front Street for sure.
Now, do you recommend a 50-50 mix?
I personally go 70 spice, 30 cake. I like a little more
70-30.
spice than I like cake.
I got you.
But
All right, I'm going to mix these.
it goes back and forth, and that's kind of the fun part about. So we make this Eisenhower spice cake, and the reviews are good, but it's split almost dead nuts down the middle of people that are like, this is just not spicy enough to be a spice cake, and then people are like, this is way too spicy. So
No, I think it's the right balance. Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
for a beer anyway. I mean, like, one problem I have with any kind of like spiced ales or stouts or anything is sometimes there's something in there that overpowers everything. This is nicely balanced in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
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 So like there's nothing that's like punching me in the face. Because like a lot of times we'll have something with cinnamon in it. It'll have like 8 different ingredients in cinnamon. Then all I taste is cinnamon.
Yeah.
This here, all the spices are just a nice balance.
Yep.
That's a good mix.
Now, when you do these normally, do you do it like a black and tan style or just mix it? Like, will they
if you're
float?
doing it for the gram?
Will
Yeah.
one of them float?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, will it?
I don't have a
If you're doing
spoon,
it for
so
social media, use
Well,
the
get-
turtle. If
get
you
him
get a
a
turtle or a
spoon.
big spoon or something.
they don't
we
have
have
a
these
spoon.
tiny
that.
little glasses. It's tough.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna
Okay.
go get us a spoon.
Right there in that top. So the cake for me is not coffee, but I do get roastiness.
Yeah.
So I get a little bit of roastiness, not as much chocolate as I would hope, but it's not. I would still, as a drink, I would still drink that. It's not like it's a complete turn off and it tastes like I'm drinking a coffee or an old coffee. That's what I have a hard time with stouts. But mixing them together is unbelievable.
I always fuck these up, so
All
let's
right,
see what happens.
let's see how he does it here.
Nah,
Nope.
I already fucked it up.
He fucked it up.
It's not easy. That's why it's only for the gram. It doesn't do anything for the flavor.
Yeah.
It's just to flex on social media.
I always screw black and
You
tans
can
up.
never be a bartender.
That's amazing. That's really good.
I can. I'm just not good at black and tans.
Like
I'd be a great bartender until they want a mixed drink.
See, that's where I'm good.
Yeah, I could pour you a beer. Yeah,
Do.
75% spice.
yeah.
Oh, that's nice altogether.
Yeah.
That is Christmas.
Yeah.
Like this is something I would love to have at like Christmas.
Okay. Well, Bob's doing his pour here.
Bob's gonna be like, watch this, idiot.
No, I'm not a pro either.
No, I'm just kidding.
So Bob went spice into cake, and we went cake into spice. See, there you go. Bob's changing the game.
Left Twix, right Twix.
That's awesome.
And then, is this the one that's listed on Untapped then? Is the Eisenhower spice cake, or is that something different?
No, so the Eisenhower spice cake was that first beer we made. And then we were getting, like I said, those reviews of too spicy, not spicy enough. And there was the joke in the brewery of like, just let them fucking add their own spice.
Yeah.
And then it was like, wait, what if we actually did let them add their own spice? And that's where the idea for the splitting the two and like making a spice beer, making a cake beer, and then you mix your
Gotcha.
own. That's
You can
where
mix
it came
it however
from.
you
So,
want.
Yeah. So now it's just spice cake and spice cake.
So with
There's some sort of sorcery going on because these cans feel like they're still almost full, and we've all had like big pours.
I like it. They're never-ending cans.
Yeah.
They're like Willy Wonka cans.
Yeah, right.
Mixing them up.
The now the question
Not even before the mix.
the question I have is when it comes the big thing in our area that we always get excited for in the beer world or the beer world in general is collaborations. So you guys did a collaboration with local business like a bakery and stuff like that. What are some other collaborations you guys have done or maybe other breweries you've collaborated with?
So we've done a couple different collabs with different breweries. We recently did one with a place called Heritage Hill, just kind of outside of Syracuse, who did a cherry pie sour called Crazy Fruit Pipe Juice.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it tasted like cherry pie filling, which was great. There's a couple of cases left of that one, not much, but there's a little bit left. One of them, our most popular one, has got to be I don't know if anybody remembers Sixlets candy.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
There's a little tiny like malted milk ball with different colors, like M&M colors. With the little balls, they come in like a tube,
Yep.
5 or 6 in it. They wanted to do a beer for Halloween, and they came to us and they're like, "Hey, man, we want to do a Halloween beer," and it was like, "Sure." So we made up Sixlets and Soldiers. They have like a sixlet ant. It's like an ant made out of sixlets.
Yep.
As their logo. So we put a little helmet on him, used the same big, bright yellow packaging, which is always fun, and just made like a chocolate milk, essentially, stout. It's
Nice.
delicious.
Oh, wow.
It was good. I got one.
You had it?
I had one. I got it up at Branching Out Bottle in
This
Camillus.
bastard. This
You
bastard
son
didn't
of a
bring it.
bitch, not
And,
sharing with us.
Yeah, I had that one. that was good.
That was a super fun one.
Yeah.
I didn't know they also make the Niagara candy, which is, I don't know if it's the same down with you guys, but with us, when you were in school and you had to sell candy to like raise money for a school trip or something,
Yeah. Yeah.
they'd give you a box of Niagara chocolate.
We are in
Oh,
the
wait,
heart
it's
of
Gertrude Hawk.
yeah, we're in the heart of Gertrude Hawk and Hershey, so like it's hard to break into the scene here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the Hershey.
Gertrude Hawk is up out of the Scranton area, and of course
Okay.
Hershey chocolate.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like the Yingling. Like it's at first it was like hard to find any beers in our area because it was just like Yingling was the thing, but now everything's sprouting up. It's been fun. Yeah, so we've been trying the new Yingling. I had my first full can of the Raging. I think I'm not.
Don't get me started.
I am not as hard on it as
I
you,
fucking hate it.
but it's definitely not going to be a go-to for me having a full can myself.
I had a man can yesterday.
It was by the time you get halfway, you're like, I'm over this.
Yeah, if they would put that in a 12 ounce.
I don't know what they were thinking putting that out in 24 ounces only,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't like it at all. Like I will be straight up. I think it's disgusting.
it's okay, but for 24 ounces, it
Lot.
gets to be a bit.
the
much.
price is all right. Like
Yeah,
I
getting
got
hot
my
there.
can at Uma and it was like $5.25 for a 24 ounce or
Yeah,
so. I mean,
yeah.
based on that, it was all right, but I don't know. I just something about it just
If
is
they did the
not-
7-ounce pony bottle, that would probably be perfect.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'd be a 12 ounce. Yeah, dude, no one, there's no respect for pony bottles anymore.
Yeah.
Pony
Yeah.
bottles are awesome,
If they did a 7-ounce pony bottle like the Rolling Rock used to,
dude. They still come. They still get those.
that would be perfect for the mango.
Dude,
You
they're like,
ever you ever see the little midget 8-ounce can?
Oh,
Yes.
my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
like the Lima.
John Yingling just came out with, they call it the Raging Eagle, which, you know,
They didn't even say what kind of style of beer it is. It just says
It's
beer.
just-
with
it's
mango
a-
It's
flavor.
just fruited. It's just
it's
fruited.
a fruited
Yeah.
beer.
That's what Untapped says,
Okay.
but the
Okay,
can
back
says,
up a little bit.
Oh.
You're
You
brewing.
got the gain rolling up on me.
Yeah.
Well, I only have at this new board. I only have a level. So,
So they
yeah.
came out with this Raging Eagle, which is a supposedly natural mango fruit flavoring, and
But I'm told it is.
it's okay, but they're selling it in the big man cans.
It's only it only exists
That's
in
a lot of mango.
That's
yeah,
a lot
it-
of mango,
It only
and
exists in 24 ounce cans or on draft.
yeah, and it's Raging Eagle at a what, like a 6%.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, how much rage can you get out of a 6% beer? But
enough of anything can get you raging.
yeah, I mean, it's okay, but it's nothing to rage about.
I
Yeah.
think for being called Raging Eagle, it should be either at least 10%
Yeah,
or be mango habanero.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's nothing raging
I
about
just
it.
poured the. I always say the apple bottom, but it's the apple bombshell. This is so we had the peach, and I believe we had the. I think we had like the blueberry or the berry one. It was like a bluer can.
I'm gonna do a quick
Oh,
flash
winter
here,
beer.
and so I'll be right
Go ahead.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Already, the smell coming out of this can is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It smells amazing.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to hit you with my one tasting note that I tell people and see if you agree with me. Orange Starburst.
The smell is
I
there.
can see that.
Yes. Yes. You know what? I'm going to date myself, but St. Joseph's Baby Aspirin orange flavored.
Orange.
So here's the thing. My initial sip, I get the orange forward,
Oh, I can even smell it.
Yeah,
I didn't
it's-
even
but
pour
it
glass.
ends on so much like the most pineapple I ever.
Bitch, I forgot my Boilo again.
Did you? It ends with so much pineapple. It's like sorcery. Like it starts with a little bit of orange,
Yeah.
and then it tastes like you're drinking pineapple juice.
Yeah. Pineapple on
That's
the back
like
end.
gummy bears. Like when you mix them together.
Yes.
Yep.
Like you have like the gummy, like the pineapple and the
What are
orange
what are
gummy.
the good gummy bears? The gold bag ones.
The Haribos.
Yes.
Ribos.
It
Yeah.
tastes like if you took a handful of those gummy bears and ate it.
That's what it smells like too.
A
This
nice
is fantastic.
tartness to it.
I love the can art too, like the old school, like the pinup, like bomber.
If she was a real woman, she'd be gorgeous.
Well, you know what's cool? Like I wore it the one time on the show, but my wife's grandfather was a bombardier in World War II.
No,
And his plane was called Tail Heavy, and it had this lady with like her panties like slightly down with a nice ass, and her cousin, I guess for they did it for the family a year or so ago. They found like a picture of the art from the plane, and they got it made into hats. This is Tail Heavy stitched, and we have two of the hats from it. It's awesome,
Nice.
but it's that like old school bomber pinup is really cool.
Yeah.
Now on your cider pinups, when I was up at the brewery and winery, you've got a lot of variety of ciders, and the pinup girl is in.
I wish I had one of these for Rish.
Yeah,
She'd
they're
love this.
They're
I have a
different. They're
Give it to
different, a little bit different of artwork. Is it this? But I didn't notice. I didn't look at them too long. Is it the same girl or is it different pinup girl for each cider?
different pink girl on each one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, this girl is like a Hawaiian girl.
Yeah. Well, the pineapple.
Well, the
Yeah,
pineapple.
I love it. That's
We
my
almost have
woman.
enough
That's,
to do a calendar.
yeah,
Almost up to 12.
That'd be
Oh, that-
dude. That'd be
there you
really
go.
cool,
that'd
actually.
be sick.
The other thing you might want to look at is maybe some posters of the pinup girls.
Yeah, I like that.
I
Yeah.
could
The calendar, the poster.
I
yeah.
can do a like a small 11 by 14 poster, like a movie poster,
Yeah.
only in a smaller size.
I finally got my my bombshell T-shirt. My warhorse. Yeah, the
Bomber
pinup
tee,
girl.
That thing's great.
Christmas.
Yeah, that was my Christmas gift. We went to the brewery that day and they didn't have my size, and he went and picked me up one.
Oh, right on.
I have two warhorse shirts. I have this one, then I have the the brownish one that looks like the military fatigues with the logo on the front.
I need to get one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have them
green
online to
bomber
buy,
is the
or
most popular one.
do you have the shirts and stuff online to buy, or do I have to send Pops to grab me one?
Send Pops.
Oh no, warhorsebrewing.com. Dry goods
All right,
all
cool.
over the
There you
country.
go.
Sweet.
Send Pops. It gives him more of a reason to bring beer home.
Take your wife to the Finger Lakes for the weekend and visit the brewery.
That's on our to-do list.
It's really nice up there.
It is nice.
And for how much she likes wine, like what's the big winer that everyone goes crazy for?
She just cares there's alcohol in it.
Pick-
It's not
I mean,
be,
if-
it's not be fancy.
if you like the fruit wines,
I'm talking about the ones that like the ones that ever like they're the ones that have the cups, the Red Cat.
Oh, Red Cat.
yeah, Hazlitt.
Hazlitt.
Yeah.
Hazlitt.
Hazlitt.
Yeah.
Hazlitt's good. They've obviously, Three Brothers makes good wine, but if she likes the fruit wine, Glenora.
Like you
has
said,
the-
there's alcohol. She's usually cool.
Yeah.
And there's a
Glenora
haunted.
makes good like the blueberries and the apple and even
Like
the
actually, I think
pineapple.
she would take these ciders over any wine up there.
Yeah.
Oh, that cider's. I have an extra can. I'll give it to you. I'll send it home. Sorry, Bob.
I'm going to date myself a little bit too. I think the orange reminds me a lot of Tang.
Yes, actually,
Tang was
that's
the
what I
other
was
one.
thinking too.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
that's amazing the way that just transitions from
I was thinking that
orange
too.
to pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid, like
this-
eating the Tang powder out of the thing.
was not
This
a
is
Tang
really
fan.
good.
Yeah.
I wasn't a Tang fan. I don't know if it was because when my mom made it, she didn't use enough powder.
Oh, I
or
used way
what.
too much when I was like,
Yeah.
my mom used way too much.
I remember
when she made
drinking
it.
Tang as a
Yeah,
kid,
chunks in it.
thinking,
No, it was just overpoweringly
this
orange.
is watered down orange. I don't
Yeah.
care for this, but it must have been mixed right.
Yeah, you got to just use more.
Yeah.
I'm a huge
Do you remember
peach
what the
fan.
slogan was in the 90s
No.
when they brought it back?
No.
Tang. It's a kick in the glass.
Oh, that's right.
That's
that's
awesome.
what.
Remember
Yeah.
those commercials?
Yeah.
That's
I do
awesome.
remember now that you said it.
Now you said that rings a bell.
Yeah.
So when you did the peach one, I was like, "Oh, I love peach. I'm going to be into this." And I'm not saying I didn't like it, but it was good. And I'm not even a huge orange. Like I like eating oranges, but I have a hard time when orange is not in an actual physical form, like orange flavored candies and stuff. But
Sure.
this dominates the peach. This is probably my favorite cider that you guys have made so far.
Really?
The
Yeah,
orange
this is
pineapple.
fantastic.
Yeah, this is
This
really
is a
good.
brand new cider for us that we've never made it before. Justin, who's kind of the head of all things fermented at the winery, he does our ciders, and he bench trialed this one. He came up with a couple of different samples up to the bar, and was like, "Oh hell yeah, whatever you're
Yeah.
doing."
Sometimes
Keep doing
ciders
it.
have that little burn, like that cider burn, like how he was saying. You're drinking, you're like, "Oh, this is going to hurt me later." This drinks like juice.
Yeah, it's
it
nice and smooth.
It's really, really good. This is probably my favorite out of the Bombshell series.
So, little secret: aside from the yeast that we use, we carbonate it with to drink a little bit more like a beer. And
Yeah.
that's kind of the idea, is that it's supposed to roll around and drink a little bit easier and a little bit bigger. As some people do their ciders a little more wine style. Where they'll
That's why I was
probably
just going to ask
smaller
if you use
cider.
champagne yeast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is totally different. So
This
we
is
use
no, this is
something that
fantastic.
gives it kind of that beer feel for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the next one's up here. Has anyone else had anything to add to this one? We're not doing the scores because I don't want to score it in front of the. But you can check our.
They're all really good.
You can
so
check
yeah,
our.
they're
You can
all
check
really
our
good.
Untapped. You can check the Untapped
I don't
scores.
think I gave less than a 4
I will.
already.
Yeah.
I think I gave the spice one a 3.5 just because I love it, but I like it a lot, but it's just.
Yeah.
But I think everything else I've given a 4 already. So.
Christmas kind of killed me on the spice.
Yeah, that's kind of
We
where
did
I'm
a-
at. Like
we
it was
did a winter-
burned out on spice.
We did a winter episode
The
with
pumpkin.
all the spice and
All the
Oh, yeah.
pumpkins
all
and the
the-
pile.
Oh my god!
pumpkin
But no,
and
dude,
spice.
all your beers have been fantastic that we've had on the show previously, and the ones that we have today are awesome. Like I said, I
A
might
lot
have
of
to
faith
send.
into the production team. They're the best at what they do that we could.
I want to hug your brewers. I really do.
Second one we got is the mine and yours.
So we're supposed to mix these ones too.
Yes.
These can be
Okay.
mixed. One is a raspberry sour ale, and the other is a stout.
Like I really think I need to get a case of Lieutenant Dan.
Well, do it now. We're changing the label on Lieutenant Dan.
What?
Yeah, it's got a different
little bit
label.
of
Yeah, I gotta save this can then.
The
Well,
label.
I'm not gonna save it because every time I save a can, it just like ends on a shell. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. Why do I have that?
I
You're
like
like,
that freaking Baby Yoda Guy Fieri one from Fourscore when they first put it out. I'm like, why do I still have this? And I just threw it out.
yeah. Holding a can is great until you look at it for like a half a year. You're like, why do I have a can sitting there?
I'm like, and I couldn't get the label to come off, so I'm like, fuck it, throw it in the garbage.
I do like the cans. I really, really like the cans. But the only thing that's a little disappointing is that they're on the can. So sometimes we like to peel the label off the can and keep our favorites and stick them on the table because we there is, I don't know where on the table because you get lost. But there's Gale. I just realized that's on the table. That's
you got a Warhorse sticker.
There is definitely Warhorse on this table. I just don't know in the midst of everything.
Packing tape over it.
Yeah,
we just clear.
There are shrink sleeves.
Yeah.
So you could cut out the middle of them. As long as you lose the top shoulder and the bottom shoulder, you can kind of flatten them out a little bit. But yeah, we use silver bullet cans and then shrink sleeve for the labels instead of stickers. They're a little,
I will say this:
this
this looks, presentation wise, looks better.
Oh yeah.
Than just slapping the sticker on it. But as a beer guy, sometimes a sticker to peel off, it's a lot of fun. I know people who keep scrapbooks of their beer labels. Like they'll peel the sticker off and put them in a book.
It's called OCD.
Yeah.
One of the fun inside baseball fun fact: there are, since places like Other Half and Front, all these kind of hype breweries have been doing the sticker labels where they kind of sticker just on the flat part of the can. People that do shrink sleeves have been designing their shrink sleeves to look like their stickers because there's a perception that breweries that make IPAs and fruited sours with sticker labels are better. And
I love that stupid stuff.
It's wild. And it's worth going and lining up and buying at a premium price versus something that's either a printed sleeve or a shrunk full can shrink sleeve.
That's ridiculous.
So there are
That's crazy.
there are shrink sleeve companies, the designers out there are pushing some people to, or people are asking for them. But, you'll find them as full shrinks.
Another thing we like on the show here, because we're in an era we have to rely heavily on distribution. So we have to rely on going to a distributor, but seeing the shelved cans and buying them and hoping they're good. But you don't know how long they've been there. You don't know anything. And if a brewery doesn't put the date on the can, and then we have them on a show like this, and then we get messages from breweries or people saying, "Why are you reviewing a beer that's 9 months old?" I didn't know because I bought it at a distribution, and
you don't have a label,
and they don't put dates on their can, right on the
I
bottom.
I got a
canned on.
Yeah,
love it.
I got a 4-pack of double citrus from Funk's at the keg stand the one night, and I thought it had just come out, but I brought it home and it was malted as fuck. I'm like, what the hell happened? I'm like, this is terrible. I mean, still drank it because it was beer, but it wasn't good.
Yeah.
But I messaged Brett's like, yo, he's like, fucking not, and I'm not going to say where it came from. But he's like, God damn it. And I'm like, dude, there's no, he's like, he made it right for me, but like, it's like,
no, they're good.
I have no
they're
idea
good.
how old this is. I mean, it's not their fault at all.
No, not at all.
It's just what their supplier got them.
Yeah.
So that like might have been a year-old can of double citrus.
Yeah.
And like all the hops had degraded already by that point. It was just, I poured it. I'm like, that color doesn't look right. Because I've had it fresh off the tap.
Burnt orange. Yeah.
There wasn't even that.
So
like the regular color is like this really nice like yellow, and I'm like, this is like brown.
Yeah.
I'm like, something's wrong here.
It's oxidizing, gets all gnarly.
Yeah, really bad.
Gets sea monkeys in it.
So when we mix this one, what's the proper ratio for this mixture?
This
I'm
one
going
I
more
go
stout.
more fruit than stout
that's really
personally,
nice.
but it's kind of that's the beauty of the yours and mine. So the copy on there is all about how it's kind of the beauty of this beer is in the combination. And so they're fine on their own. The chocolate stout's delicious, tastes like a Tootsie
This
Pop.
chocolate stout
And
is fantastic.
It's a little roasty for me.
Ain't a little roasty for me.
I like it though.
No, it's really good.
I can drink a full one. It's not out of my wheelhouse. I'm excited for the collaboration.
Oh, the sour is very nice too.
Yeah, sour is sour.
The sour drinks like a champagne a little bit to me. Like it has that bubbliness.
It's very, but like
This is like chocolate milk.
raspberry sometimes is just too much to me. Like I don't love berry flavors, but this one is fantastic.
Put them together. Holy hell.
Yeah.
What are we doing? A 50-50?
Yeah.
I did about a 50-50. But I did about a
close enough.
60-40.
Raspberry Tootsie Pop.
It's like a 52-48.
So Jen in the chat,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Jen, we haven't been ignoring you. We're having the conversation here going on. She said, I love my light beer. Jen, you would love American Light beer. So if you want to order from Warhorse, you can do it at warhorse.com.
The Warhorse Light is awesome.
And then she said, "I need a peach ring candy beer." I've been on the hunt for that. I've
Didn't
had
we just have one that was very similar to that?
I've had a few that have been very peach ring inspired.
The
but
cider wasn't like a peach ring, was it?
no. It was a peach or cider, but I thought the peach cider that last time it was more apple forward than peach.
Okay.
When I had it, that was just for me. With the last bombshell. But
Ooh, that's nice together.
But I know the North is talking about like making a beer, and I was like, if I can have a request, like I know you guys love your cream ales, a peach cream ale would be amazing. And he's like, we'll add it to our board. They said so.
The vision board.
I'll tell you what though, if that would be
This is good mix.
so, like as a pro wrestling fan, obviously we're in a day and age now where companies are starting to work together, and you get that dream match. Like if this guy left this company and worked with this guy, and they had a match, or they worked together, or they tag teamed.
Yeah.
Like right now in my New York lineup, you in the North is like the mega powers to me. I need you guys to team up. I need you to reach out to each other, shake hands, do the mega powers handshake.
37 minutes for you to
Where
actually
Hulk Hogan
Wonder
and Macho
Twin
Man.
powers activate.
Yeah, where they're holding each other back because they're so high on cocaine. I need that.
Macho Man, I just did
Yeah.
eat an 8-ball.
Yeah, I need you guys to team up, and that would be my dream New York lineup. Would be you guys working together because I think you guys make both fantastic beers, and more people in the New York area. Everyone, I mean, Hudson Valley's amazing. They're all those
They're the
like,
hype breweries, though.
other half. All those guys are good, but I think you guys are sleepers, and I think you guys just have the same
No,
potential.
like every single thing we've had from Warhorse has been fantastic.
Never had one I wouldn't
Pops has
drink
brought
again.
down a lot. Like I really like the Winston Churchill one, the FDR one. I don't remember the names of the beer. I just remember who was on it.
Yeah.
the Churchill's an oatmeal stout, right?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
breakfast.
that was-
like
yeah,
a
Churchill's,
breakfast.
oatmeal
Yeah,
coffee
Breakfast of
stout.
Churchill. That's the coffee stout. That was fantastic. The FDR one was really good. Lieutenant
That's the
Dan,
Oktoberfest, yeah.
I love. It's just everything we've had has been super solid. I love a good theme too. Like the World War II stuff is awesome.
Yeah.
Like it's really cool. Like like Attack of the 50-foot boss that we're about to do next, like the Attack of the 50-foot woman, like the old school like 80 like 50s like.
I think that's
movie
great that we
monsters.
saved the barley wine for like round 11.
Yeah. But yeah, no, these
Drinks
are
like
all
water.
super solid.
Yeah.
The Hazleton Hero is really good.
It's my favorite.
Lieutenant Dan's a gold medal winner.
Yeah, like I said, I would like to get I'm probably going to get a case of Lieutenant Dan.
And I love how you guys promoted coming to Pennsylvania now with the Rocky. Like we did
Rocky
it. We're
poster,
coming
yeah.
to.
Do it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to check here. So I've had 25 Warhorse beers
Hell yeah.
checked into Untapped. 25.
But
I'm
it's
happy
alive
about
yet.
that. Yours, mine that we just had: Bombshell Orange, Cake, Spice, American Light, pretty much in Lieutenant Dan, Peace Bomber Riesling, the Comet line, Organize, Agitate, Educate. It came from Seneca Lake. Another Lieutenant Dan. The Curse of the Werehorse. The Horses Stole My Beer. That was a good one. That was the orange cream.
Yeah, that was really
That
good.
was
I
a
remember
good
that
one.
one.
Rolling Storm was the Oktoberfest. The Apple Red Bottom Bombshell Peach Lemonade. That's what it was. I think I would have liked it more if it was minus the lemonade part.
No
I think the
lemonade,
lemon
yeah.
turned me off. I think if it was just the peach or like a peach raspberry or something, I think I would have been into it a little more. Hazleton Hero, Change rotating with the Hunter S. Thompson. The Comet. I had the Comet line when we were up there sampling.
That was the flight.
Yeah, so here's where I'm getting to my flight ones when we were there. I had the Co-Pilot, which is the barrel aged, can't talk,
aged.
rosé sour. I had the Hunter S. Thompson when I was there that day. I had the Double Dan. The Double Dan was unbelievable.
Double
The
Dan rules.
Lieutenant Dan Double, a Dippa.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to have that.
Yeah, you need to make a Trippa, a
Triple
Trippa.
Dan.
Yeah.
Chippers.
The Double Dan was awesome, and that logo looked like the
Yeah, Horses Stole My Beer, Breakfast at Church. I know I've had more. Sometimes I forget
Yeah.
to log shit in.
the double dry hop Lieutenant Dan had the cover that looked like Full Metal Jacket.
Oh,
the
nice.
helmet.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Hazleton Hero, Breakfast with Churchill. Yeah. So 25 different. I mean, I've had a few multi check-ins, but over 25 times I've checked you guys.
I know I've had more. I just, like I
It's,
said, I'll have ones that by myself that like
Yeah.
I just I have a list. I have like a gallery on my phone of shit I just haven't checked in yet, just because I'm fucking lazy.
I did that one time, and then I
So
got
if you remember-
messaged. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry. So if you remember the Double Dan label, right? It's got that kind of Full Metal Jacket. It's got the one helmet on there, wrote draft beer, not people on the side of the helmet. And people really love that label.
Nice.
So we were kind of working on a Lieutenant Dan label for about a year and a half, and because it's our most popular beer, so we want to get it right. And then we came up with this idea of what if we made it like a Dan family. So we're doing this is the first look at the
There it is.
new Lieutenant Dan
Oh,
label.
that's sweet.
Nice.
So you see the background is actually the old Lieutenant Dan label of the newspaper and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
And then it's got the same story on the side and everything, just a little bit more condensed.
What'll
The idea is, you said make a triple Dan. The idea is to be able to make different types of Dan. So there'll be Lieutenant Dan, Double Dan. We're working on just a straight Citra double dry hop Dan. So you can just
Mosaic Dan?
write on-
Oh, Mosaic Dan, Galaxy Dan, Cream Ale Dan.
No,
Right?
that's
And this
not an
saves me
IPA
so much
anymore.
time because I can just write on it in that like Apocalypse Now red
Nice.
trippy
That's awesome.
font.
Yeah.
Sign- Cyanide
right over
Dan.
what the hop is.
Do you
Yeah.
have like
Yeah.
a 11th smell of napalm in the morning?
Love the
Be like a
smell
mole.
of
It
Amarillo in the morning.
could be like it could be like a mole stout.
Yeah,
Awesome.
huge. Before we get to the last one here, huge shout out to your breweries. I can't wait till maybe one day we do this again and maybe have one of the breweries on as well. The people who are behind the brewing process, I do enjoy as the owner. Like you're like, hey, that's not me. It's these guys. They're fantastic at what they do. They're really good at what they do. They kill it. You guys do an
they
amazing
crush.
job.
And everything we throw at them, they knock out of the park. And everything they come to us with ideas. The change thing was originally their idea. They wanted to make a rotating kind of. They had 4 IPAs they wanted to make with kind of a similar base. I was like, well, I went back to the lab and tried to work on a label that made that make sense. But then Change ended up being one of our most popular beer series that we've ever done.
Yeah, the
Which is
only
cool.
thing they ever messed up on was not going Macho Man over Hogan. It's the only thing that was a
I pushed for it. That
Yeah.
was Pete.
yeah. Whoever Pete, you messed up,
Pete,
brother.
you're watching,
You
brother.
yeah. Yeah, listen, Macho Man was the way to go. That was the way to go.
Macho Man on the can label. I should be on the can label.
I'm staring at my Macho Man glass up there in the cabinet as we're talking about it.
So the Attack of the 50-Foot Boss is that, am I correct in it's beer number 3 in the vintage movie themed series?
So we did a series.
Look at
It was
her.
Garrett's idea. He loves that kind of like 50s B movie drive-in, like monster movie
Yep.
type of aesthetic, which is really cool. And so yeah, we just had a couple of different names. We would look through all the old posters and stuff. So
Yeah.
we had the It Came from Seneca Lake was the first one. Was like a big monster coming out of Seneca Lake and taking over Geneva.
Yep.
That was our quad IPA. And then we did Curse of the Werehorse, which was a werewolf, except it was the warhorse.
The horse.
And that was a Baltic Porter, which was, I think, my favorite of the 3. And then we have Attack of the 50-Foot Boss, which is a barley wine. But I took, this is my actual boss. It's Erica. I took her face and put it on the 50-Foot Boss. And Justin, the guy that makes the ciders, like I said, that's him. Is that they're married? So Erica's my boss. She's married to Justin, who is
She's got
the head
amazing
of
hair on the
production.
can.
Doesn't she?
Yeah.
She's also much taller in the can than she is in real life. So she's taking over the thing and the brewery and stuff.
Well, I will say this. I mean, you guys have a pretty large parking lot. I don't know. Maybe one of those nights where it's a nice summer night. You put a nice big projector screen up there. You do a little drive-in at the brewery.
That was the original idea, was to do a movie night drive-in for each of the 3 releases. And then the COVID thing kind
COVID,
of
yeah.
hit on us trying to do events, and it kind of made things a nightmare to try and coordinate.
Yeah, but
But-
that's the brewery.
Yeah.
Yeah, the original idea was to do a blow-up, those big 30-foot blow-up screens, like you said, and do some monster movies with cheap popcorn and plenty of beer and things like that. So
I do see-
the goal is this fall, if it's still warm out.
The bottom of the can there, some other staff members who's like down by her leg.
Those are all Justin's friends.
Okay.
So I snagged a picture of Justin with his friends and took him out and put him in Erica's hand, and then all of his friends are around. And then one of our friends, Nick Farrell Films, did a pretty cool promo video. If you look through our Facebook or Instagram page, you scroll down to when we put this thing out. He did a monster movie trailer for this beer. That was a lot of that, like,
Yeah.
Cool.
so
And
fun.
all those links
And he put
are
her
below.
green screen
So
stomped around.
if you want to check out, follow them on Facebook. Something just fell. So if you want to check them out on Facebook, Instagram, or go to their website and order beer or merchandise, it is linked below. So if you go below, it says Warhorse Brewing Company, and all of the links are below. So you can go follow them on Instagram, follow them on Facebook.
Yeah.
And real quick, shout out to our new followers and our fans over on Instagram. I was like, oh man, we're just about to hit 400 people, and now we're like 870 or
Nice.
842. So like
Nice.
we're closing in on 1K on Instagram, which is pretty exciting.
Cool.
You're a barley wine fan, right? You like your
I
barley
like
wines.
barley wines. I feel like this tastes like an Oktoberfest to me. I don't know if I'm just.
Nah, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
no,
it's
I'm not
really
saying
good.
bad thing. I just that it doesn't taste like the barley wines I'm used to.
Yeah.
This
It's
is
very good. I'm just getting like a double bock type.
really malty. I get like toffee undertones underneath the maltiness. The only thing that would make me think that someone wouldn't think this is a barley wine is how smooth it is.
Yeah, I think I'm getting like a double bock type.
Because usually, even though all the other stuff is there in a barley wine, you can't hide the booziness, and I don't get any booziness out of this at all. I would, if I wouldn't have read the can, I wouldn't know this was 9%.
Yeah, like I said, like I'm getting
to me, this is
Problematic, yeah.
yeah,
fucking amazing.
like a double bock off this.
Yeah.
Like I remember almost like this reminds me kind of a Troganator, just to me.
Yeah,
Now-
I get that.
John, with COVID, how are your daily operations going? If someone was going to spend the weekend in the Finger Lakes, can they come in and grab a bite to eat and have and sample? Are you doing tastings on wine and beer or no?
So what we're doing now is we have our storefront, which is our actual shopping area. That is open every day, normal hours, 10 to 5, 10 to 6, depending on time.
Right.
So you can come in, drive up, no reservation or anything, shop the store, shop cans to go, things like that. For tastings, we're currently closed for like walk-up tastings, but Erica and Gabby and all the managers put together this. They've been working on this really cool idea for like a private tasting. So essentially, it's like for you shut down the winery except for your group. We have a couple of seatings every day, but it's you and I think 5 is the minimum that we do for your group. I think 10 is the legal maximum that we can do for your group. But you come in and you get essentially a tour guide. So instead of going building to building and meeting another tasting person each one, you get essentially like a tour guide that takes you building to building around the property. You get to see all the production stuff and all that. So it's like P. Diddy style, where you get to kind of shut down the whole place except for your group, which is a lot of fun. And there's openings for that.
What does that cost?
I think it's 50
That's not
person
bad.
for that.
50 a
Not
person.
bad
Yeah,
at
so you
all.
get tastings at 3 different wineries. You get a flight at the brewery, and you get the whole place to yourself because there'll be nobody else there.
Nice.
Nice. What if
Yeah,
what if a
wanna
group
do
wanted to
give
come
us a
do that
call
and meet you guys and record a podcast? So maybe one of those days we could work
Hell
that out.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking bus trip.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. So what we want to do once the pandemic is over, we do have a friend of Andrew's here who owns his own school bus, and what we want to do is we want to do. Oh, there's our dog barking. My wife's coming home.
No, that's my phone probably.
Oh. We want to do a school bus and we want to fill it with people and just pretty much pay the bus driver. We're not trying to make money off it, but this bus driver, he has no problems driving anywhere. He'll drive, like he doesn't mind. He'll drive there and back, but we want to make bus trips once COVID's over, fill a school bus up with people and go to a brewery and bring business and then bring people home and back safe. So, if you guys are interested, we would have no problems making a trip up in the bus and bringing up a bus full of people to the brewery.
Absolutely. So if anybody's coming up to the Finger Lakes area, be sure to give us a call. We'd love to have you.
It's beautiful. If you're up there visiting, I mean, there's so much to do. If you're into winery and beer, there's dozens of different breweries, dozens of different wineries. Everyone there is really good at what they do. It's supporting local business and small business. The towns have nice little shops in them. It's like literally along the way you can make all these different pit stops and have a really good time.
It's kind of like every town's a little Jim Thorpe.
Yeah,
if you're
it really
local,
is.
Yeah.
And then as you're driving around, all it is scenic. You can sit here, Mom. My mom's joining us here. She's hanging out at the end here.
Hi, Mom.
She's just off camera, but she's here. But so it's a really good time. And like I said, I went up there, and the definite highlight of my trip, I remember I wouldn't shut up about it, was definitely Warhorse. The food was amazing. I got a burger. The burger was unbelievable. The food was great. Just the aesthetic of the place is just amazing. There's different cardboard cutouts and World War II stuff all over the place. It was just a really, really good time. The building is beautiful. I didn't even really see the wine side of things because I was just more focused on the beer. We were going wine. I was like, get me somewhere with beer. And we got there, and I just went full in.
Yeah, what now? When you come into the parking lot, you've got the shop on the building on the left. The building on the right is the winery. Is the wine?
So if you're in the parking lot, you walk through. There's a little Three Brothers logo. The thing that you walk through, right? On the left, up the stairs, is Stony Lonesome. That's kind of our more classic winery. It's got the drier wines up there. The stuff that takes like 5 to 20 years to make. Those are all up there.
Okay.
If you look to your right, directly across from that is Passion Feet. That's a wine bar. So we also have a wine that's like you're saying, the Ferocity and Eccentricity and Wanderlush, all those ones. Those are in there. That is also our bottle shop. So it's got all our wine that we make, all the beer that we make, and then a lot of our merchandise is in there too.
Yeah.
And then just past that, connected to the right, is the brewery. So that's where the tasting bar is for the brewery. The production area is connected to it. Keep walking a little bit, another 50 yards or so. To the left is the wine production area. It's underneath all of Stony Lonesome.
Gotcha.
Keep going. There's a big warehouse to the left. That's the wine warehouse. It's where you keep all the tractors and all things like that. The farm equipment in one part, and then the other part is the temperature-controlled wine storage area. And then beyond that is bagged air. That's the sweet wines down there. You kind of go with a little Louisiana Bayou gas station backwoods thing with a little pond there. It's where we usually put the band on the weekends in the summertime when it's nice out.
Yep.
They all go down there. So it's the 3 wineries, the brewery, all kind of clustered in.
Yeah,
right in one spot.
Awesome. It was unbelievable. It was a good time. So let's get to the final hurrah of the show here, gentlemen.
I will say this: as much as I love the idea that you can ship to Pennsylvania,
I'm gonna have you pick up
the Finger Lakes. The Finger Lakes is not a far drive.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful area, places to stay. I encourage you to visit and stop in at Three Brothers in Warhorse.
What was the little town we went to? Cunningham is really fun. That was a fun town.
Cunningham?
Not Cunningham. Sorry, where you live?
Cortland.
Cortland was really fun. Cortland Brewery is a good time.
Brewery is there.
And then
the Glass Museum.
I'm sorry?
Which the Glass Museum sounds like something that would be super lame. It's actually so cool.
Yeah.
We didn't get to do that. It was all closed by the time
you got Geneva, Warhorse,
Watkins Glen was fun.
Watkins Glen is at the base of the Seneca Lake. Ithaca and the waterfalls is in.
That's a hiking trip we got on the list for next year.
It's just awesome. Yeah. It's an awesome region.
Yeah, you want some romantic weekend like hikes that are not hard hikes but are really, really pretty. Ithaca, Buttermilk, over all the way towards Rochester. There's a bunch of them.
Absolutely. I mean, if giving the option of Niagara Falls or the Finger Lakes, take the Finger Lakes every day, twice on Sunday.
Yeah.
There's just much more to do. Much more to see. I'm not downgrading Niagara Falls. It's beautiful, but it's a waterfall where if you like waterfalls, you can see a dozen of them in the Ithaca region and Watkins Glen region. Plus, you got the wineries. So it's an absolute fabulous.
And a racetrack, baby.
And a racetrack. So it's a great region. Shop online, but I encourage you to visit the winery.
Gotta make a Dale Earnhardt beer.
Oh, yeah. R.I.P.
or if you want to really, I mean, listen, Dale Earnhardt's your Hulk Hogan.
They-
If you really want to Macho Man me up,
Yeah.
make a Rusty Wallace beer.
Dale Earnhardt beer.
Oh,
3 sips and you get knocked into the wall.
Oh.
He knocks you into the wall.
Yeah.
Not the other way around. Yeah. You drink enough of him, he's putting you in the wall. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't want to be confused with that because he
Just
did.
meant to rattle his cage.
yeah.
That's the beer. That's the name of the
Just
beer.
wanted to rattle his
Rattle
cage a
his
little
cage.
bit. Yeah.
Robin's Racing. I like it.
Robin's Racing. I like that too. All right, so we're looking at beer of the night. All right, no pressure. The owner's only right.
I mean, it's like all his beers, so like he wins no matter
He
what.
wins no matter what. But even when when this brewery was up against other things, they did win beer of the night against other people. So, I will start first. My beer of the night is going to be the Bombshell. I thought that orange pineapple was delicious.
Surprise.
I want to say Lieutenant Dan, but I'm going to go with the American Light beer.
I was torn on that too.
Yeah.
Like, this is a super tasty, solid day drinker.
I'm shocked you went with that. I'll be honest.
Barbecue beer. Like,
What's
this
the
fantastic.
calorie count on that?
Who cares?
Whoa.
As a light beer, someone looking at calories and carbs.
Go for a
Yeah,
hike.
but the problem is people looking calories and carbs on a light beer are drinking 8 of them.
Yeah. Yeah. So it all adds
So
up at
your
the end
your
anyway.
100 calorie Miller Lite just turned into 900.
Yeah.
'cause you drink 48 of them. All right, so
Go ahead, Bob. I'll
Bob,
go
where you at?
last on this one?
I had 2 of them that I gave a 4.5 to.
I know which one I think. I think I know where he's going.
It was the Bombshell and the 50-foot Boss, but I think I'm going to go with the Bombshell too.
Bombshell. Pops, down to you.
We have a tie.
We have a 2-way tie for first.
We have a tie.
Wow.
I got to go with the light.
The Light and the
Yeah.
Bombshell are going to be our beers of the night.
I got to agree with Andrew.
Like I said, the light just gives me
just
every
a
on
bomb.
a day drinker. The light has everything I want. It's
Yeah.
got full taste. It's not high ABV. I can crush them all day.
Yep.
It's a great flavor to it, and like I would rather that than a PBR.
Now here's a question. Now when you pitch a beer like this to a non-craft beer drinker, right? They want to go out and they want to buy a 24 pack or a 12 pack of Miller Lite or Bud Light or something like that and get more for your bang. And then they see a 4-pack. Now they don't care that they're bigger cans. They just see 4 beers and they say, "Oh, that 4 beers is $13-12. I'm not buying that. I can buy a case of 12 of Miller
25.
Lite."
I get a 30 pack for $27. Or
Exactly.
$25.
So-
Why should I get,
So marketing this, how do you would you ever think of this going for a small the smaller cans and serving it in cases, like just to kind of get it out there like a domestic beer or what, is there a strategy to that?
I tell people, man, I got kids, man. I got bills to
Yeah.
pay. Please buy this beer. Please
Yeah.
buy it.
No,
Don't buy stuff from people giant companies that own it
Yeah.
overseas and things.
yeah, there's a
Buy our
reason.
beer. Buy some.
There's a
local beer.
reason. I think there's a reason it only comes in a 4-pack and a 16-ounce can is because it's much better than what you're getting in. The
I agree.
30-pack.
I agree.
Yeah, man. We've
I-
kicked around the idea of doing a 24-pack or an 8-pack or a couple of different things for these cans for the Warhorse Light. We try and stick to mostly 16-ounce cans, just so we're not changing the line over and over
Yeah.
and over again.
Yeah, that'd be a logistic issue.
Yeah. Now
Yeah, which is
another
just a
thing,
thing for a
we have a
brewery our
brewery.
size.
We have a brewery in our area who will sell the big cans, but sell them in 6-packs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So
that's,
we
Yeah.
do 4-packs. I think online it's $7.99 plus deposit and tax for a 4-pack of Warhorse Light. So it's like $8.15.
that's not
Yeah.
bad at all.
After,
Yeah.
yeah, for a
That's-
4-pack of
yeah.
beer is about as competitive as we can get.
Yep.
on
I'm
that
not seeing
one.
it
So
online right now.
it should
Holy
be
hell.
on the warhorsebrewing.com, and then you hit the menu shop liquids. That should
Yep.
take you right to it, and should have Warhorse Light kind of in the middle area of the list of beers. We got change on there. We got all kinds of fun stuff.
Nice.
Shop liquid.
Wife just came home. Look at that. That's all of our gift cards for tattoos right there.
Nice.
5 of them. Yeah, we got it. We got.
I'm
a
not
tie for beer of
seeing
the night.
the American Light on the online right now.
I had to find out she got her butt
Well.
tattooed then.
Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe it's because I have featured listed.
All right, so we got those 2 for first. Bob, we'll start with you. What is your number
No,
2
that's
beer of the
fine.
night?
Well, since I went with the Bombshell, that leaves the 50-foot Boss.
50-foot Boss. Andrew.
I'm gonna go 50-foot boss as well.
Yeah.
All right.
I would go Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Dan's up there, but I think the barley wine's awesome.
Yeah. I just have not a hard time with barley wines, but it's just not my go-to.
But like I feel like this.
It's
like
a good
I said,
barley
this
wine,
tastes
though.
like a good Doppelbock though.
Yeah. Pops, 50 foot.
I was gonna go Lieutenant Dan.
All right, I'm gonna rescind my 50-foot
I'm
boss. I'm gonna make it Lieutenant Dan.
All right, Lieutenant
Because
Dan.
we're not gonna have another tie.
Yeah, I was gonna go Lieutenant Dan, but I didn't want to have another tie. But I would.
And we'll just put
probably
50 boss
go
for
with-
third.
I would probably go
Yeah, that
Lieutenant
works.
Dan second, and my third would be the barley one.
Now, I will say this. I really like the spice beer.
No, they were good. Great holiday dessert beers. That's
And
what I get
and,
out of them.
And it is
Yes.
fun to do the mixing with them.
Yeah, dude,
Yes,
the
it
mixes were
was.
really cool.
What turn? I don't want to say this in a bad way, but having just done seasonal beers for Christmas and Thanksgiving, I'm kind of over
We did a whole month.
those flavor profiles.
Fair.
We did a whole month of pumpkin spice, and if I never drink a pumpkin
Yeah,
spice beer again, I'll be happy.
pumpkin and spice, and I was like, okay, I can hold this. I can hold off for another year.
I think we skipped holiday winter beers just because we
Yeah.
were so burnt out.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
That's fair.
I'm getting like that with stouts right now because a guy gave me a bunch of stouts, and I have a bunch. I have a bunch of stouts in the refrigerator. And I'm like, I'm getting kind of tired of
Yeah.
the stouts, like the Hershey chocolate porter.
I'm over
Yingling, the season in the season that they put that out, my limit is 10.
Yeah.
After 10 beers during the season, I'm done with the Hershey's porter, Hershey's Yingling porter.
You
So
just
where are we at
explained why
for-
we have seasonal creep?
Yeah.
People putting their beers out earlier and earlier.
Got to
'cause
do
everybody
something.
can only drink 10 beers of a certain pumpkin
Yeah.
spice or whatever. So
Yep.
you got to
Yep.
be the first one on the shelf to have it.
Yep.
It sucks because everyone puts their Oktoberfest out in July.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
come on.
July,
man.
freaking Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Because you only buy a couple cases of Oktoberfest.
Oh, you know
You gotta put it out earlier.
that's exactly when Yingling released theirs was July, and then I asked somebody or someone asked me. They were willing to do a beer trade, and it was the first week of October. And you know what?
Couldn't get it.
I took some searching, but
Yeah, because everyone's they're focused on their winter beers now by October.
But yeah,
Oh,
I could not find. It was very difficult to find Yingling Oktoberfest.
I can tell you where you can find a 6-pack of it right now.
Well, I got a 12-pack, but
Yeah.
In there.
but I'm serious. Like you
Yeah,
think
the
you just
Oktoberfest is in
it's
Virginia Beach.
Schuylkill County. You think you would go anywhere, but no. I had literally had to go to 8 different places before I found somebody.
I still
that
see
had it.
Oktoberfest.
I was in Virginia Beach in August, and I walked into the 7-Eleven down the street from the place we rented, and there was fucking Yingling Oktoberfest sitting there. I'm like, what?
No shit.
All right, so can art of the night.
Art of the night.
I'll start. I'm going American Light. I love that.
I'll go
You-
second.
You got to get a
American Light.
cardboard cutout of that boy sitting in the brewery somewhere. Just him.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
I like
Second that. That's number 2.
I guess I'm thirding again because I'm not going to win.
Yeah. What would you pick though?
My choice is Attack of the 50-Foot
It's a great
Boss
label.
because I love the old school monster movie
I agree.
3D
Yeah.
art.
That
Yeah.
would be my second pick.
So when I pick art, I'm like,
Bombshell's number 3.
what would I wear on a T-shirt? And I would wear this on a T-shirt. The Bombshell, I'd buy. If you
I
did the
would-
calendar, I'd buy it. But the Attack of the 50-Foot Boss is a great label.
Yeah, I love that one.
Thank you.
I think we're all going to end up picking the same 3, and I'm going to go with the team player out here, and I'm just going to go
Yep.
with this for number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
And we'll make it unanimous.
we do one for overall presentation when it comes to name, style, look. I think it's unanimous. It would be 50-Foot Boss, right? Overall presentation, you get the 3D glasses with it.
3D glasses.
Yeah.
The themed.
The
The last one of the theme series.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, is this mine and yours? Is this going to be a Valentine's Day thing?
They are. They just hit shelves this past week. Yours and mine is in a co-pack, so it's 2 and 2 in a
Yep.
4-pack. You get 2 of each.
I like
it'll
that.
Be out now through hopefully sold out right around Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I will tell you
that
that the chocolate stout got great reviews from everyone here. They enjoy the chocolate stout.
Mhm.
The raspberry sour ale is very tart at the beginning. It hits you those glands back there, but it ends really smooth, and it is fun to mix them together, and it tastes like it tastes like a raspberry Tootsie Pop. That's a good mixer right there.
The cake and the spice are also in a box.
Yeah.
Two of each in the box.
Yeah, we got a couple cases left of spice cake. If you're anybody traveling up towards New York, just over the border in the Johnson City Wegmans and think Sam the Beer Man and a couple other places. Waverly has got the Jolly Farmer, so you can find. I think those guys might have a couple of boxes of spice and cake left. We're pretty much out of it. If you got it on the website, grab it now because we're just about out. I know on the site we're just about toast, but yours and mine is taking its place.
So closing up here, John, is there anything else you want to say about Warhorse or things to look forward to in the future? What do you guys have planned? I know COVID is definitely taking a huge hit on that, but what are some possible beers to look forward to? We talked about label changes and all that stuff.
Yeah, man. So we got some new labels coming in for the Dan. Like I said, the Royal Kilt Inspector's getting a facelift, which would be cool. This week, I haven't said it yet, I announced it anywhere or anything, but Pancakes
Exclusive.
with Churchill will be coming out. It's a maple version of Breakfast with Churchill.
There you go.
Whoa, say that again?
Maple Churchill, Breakfast with Churchill coming.
It's called
This
Pancakes
week?
with Churchill.
This week coming
It's
out?
coming out hopefully Tuesday. We're canning it, so it'll be ready Wednesday for shipping.
I'll be up next week. I'll be up this weekend.
And
I'll be
then
at
we're working
the
on a
one.
whole series of Churchills.
Ooh.
If
PB&J
if-
with Churchill, s'mores with Churchill,
oh my
and
God,
Christmas
you're killing
cookies
me.
with Churchill.
S'mores.
You're killing me.
I need
If that's
a s'mores.
available if that's available next weekend, I'll be up.
So it'll be pancakes this week. I think s'mores in the summertime, PB&J in the fall, and then Christmas cookies at Christmas time.
If a s'mores doesn't come to this table, I'm gonna slash your tires.
There'll be
Yeah, it's gonna be
4-pack at the table.
And then we got Double Dan
Churchill.
is coming back, not this week, but the following week.
I need some Double Dan.
Double Dan coming out.
When's Hazelton coming back?
Hazelton
I need you to
coming
bring
back
me a
this
Double
summer.
Dan.
Summer.
Summer,
Pops, I need
perfect.
you to bring me a Double Dan 4-pack home.
I will.
Yeah, we need Double Dan for the table, and we need as soon as
I just need it for my fridge.
yeah, yeah. We need all the
I need
lieutenants.
Lieutenant Dan for my fridge too.
Yeah,
We'll
So, gentlemen,
make
real
sure
quick,
we have some stuff.
I'm trying to work out a delivery day where I take a couple deliveries down in one of our beer vans. Am I stopping at Sheetz or am I stopping at Wawa?
We're a Sheets region.
We're Sheets
Is this the
region.
Yeah.
Sheetz family?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I can care less.
Okay.
I'll pull into a unity. I don't give a shit.
You want to fight about this? I'll do it.
Yeah.
Wawa has better grab and go stuff, but Sheets has better comfort food.
Yeah.
That's my.
I-
But where we're at, Wawa's more southeastern PA. So
Yeah.
like, our closest Wawa's in Hamburg, which is like Berks County.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit
Okay.
south of us. So like most like from here up is all Sheets.
I would say stop in and you can get gas, but if you want quick go food, just go get a McDonald's burger.
No. No.
That's just
Sheets
me.
grab and go sucks though.
It does.
It does.
Yeah.
Like there's just like Wawa has awesome like grab and go wraps and like
Yeah.
other subs and shit.
Yeah.
Sheets has like these piece of shit like subs you can get that are like
They're
it's
really
like a
good when
piece
you're
of
drunk,
meat.
though.
Oh yeah, it's like a piece of meat and like a it's like a piece of like lunch meat in like a pretzel breadstick or something.
If you find yourself in
but
Schuylkill
their jalapeno
County,
poppers fantastic.
let us know, and we'll give you this. We'll give you a couple places to stop and grab a bite to eat.
Yeah.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
and make
So
sure
does that
you
make
shoot.
us an Eagles house as opposed to a
No,
Steelers house?
no, not us.
No?
This side of the table is Washington football team. Miami Dolphins. I'm not sure who you like. Who's your team? If you had to pick one,
Birds.
you're an Eagle. All right, he's an Eagles guy.
Eagle fan.
Yeah, we
Eagles.
All right.
we,
Eagles
we,
for
we
life,
like
man.
him, but his taste in football is terrible.
Okay, people that live in Pennsylvania that aren't Eagles fans.
Who's he got?
He got the Bills. I will say this.
Yo, Bills Mafia is my favorite thing ever. So like Bills are probably my
Some of
number
them
two.
tables, baby.
Yeah,
Like,
think,
I'm like Tony, I'm putting you through this table right after that. Let's do it.
Is there a demarcation line in the state of New York? Is there a point where you're a Jets
Country
or
and city.
Giants,
It's New York City,
Jets
your
and
Jets
Giants,
are
We're
Giants
and
the
then
and Reds
only
and
team in
Buffalo.
New York.
and
Thank
then
you.
Buffalo?
Thank you so much. They are the New Jersey,
teams play in New
the
Jersey.
New Jersey
Well,
Jets and Giants. I don't want to hear it.
My favorite band ever
No.
is from Buffalo. So
Yeah.
yeah, every
Yeah,
time I die,
Every time I die.
they're my favorite band
Because in,
ever.
Every time I
in
die,
Pennsylvania,
look at
when you get
What's that?
Every time I die rules.
They're my favorite band ever, and they're like I was supposed to go to Buffalo for their shipments this year, but Rona.
And they're all about making beer. Every time
Oh,
I
they
die.
have collaborations with
Garrett is a huge fan.
Barrier Brewing.
So maybe
He was a concert booker for a while.
Yeah.
Warhorse could reach out to Every Time I Die. And
have you heard
Warhorse
have you heard
took over Every Time I Dies instead of Barrier Brewing?
What's that fucking brewery out by Rochester? The skunk beer.
Blue Toad.
Toad.
Have you heard of Blue
that
Toad?
wasn't beer. That was cider.
Cider place, yeah.
Yeah. Have you had it?
That was only that one
and then a
variant,
couple of
though.
their ciders.
Yeah, we won't ask you to comment, but we had their
Their whiskey.
their
The
whiskey,
honey whiskey one.
honey whiskey lemonade, whatever the fuck it's called.
It had a very interesting smell to it.
And we will
Do
just
yours-
say the aromatics on that were interesting.
Do yourself a favor. Get the Blue Toad honey whiskey.
If you have not had it, you
It's-
have to
Ciders
try
get
it.
finicky when it comes to gassing off things.
The
that
weird
smell
thing
very
is, it
sulfury.
tastes. I thought it tasted great, but it smelled horrific.
The smell was like drinking a fart. It was like a sulfur bomb.
We won't ask you to
Fermenting
because
fruit.
we won't ask you to comment on it, but we're just telling you you have
Like,
to.
I've never
you have to-
experienced
you have to
anything
experience
like it, but it tasted good.
But when you the after
The
burp,
burps, though, not good.
Yeah, the
it's like
burps
you were
are not
farting
good.
out of your mouth.
We had Warhorse hooks up with Every Time I Die. You're definitely be my favorite brewery ever.
Oh, right on. That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man. Anytime you have anything new, please tell us. We would love to have it and do it on the show. Like I said, we'll pick it up, we'll buy it. We're really we're big fans of what you guys do. You're good people. The fact that even though you're a Bills Mafia, we accept that too. I'm actually rooting for you guys for the Super Bowl.
I hope Bills
You know what?
Mafia-
I'm calling the upset. I think they're going to upset the.
I hope
Chiefs.
the Bills go. I
Yeah.
wanted them to
Gotta
go last
trust
year.
the process.
As a
Go
team,
Bills.
as a team who has ruined one of your Super Bowl victories, I will say I think you deserve it. I'm rooting for you, and then the fact that your grandfather has ties in our area and you've made great beer in
Go
his
Bills.
honor. I'm saying go Bills, go Warhorse. You're fans of us.
Awesome. Thank
Come
you.
on, baby.
Yep. Thank you guys.
All right.
Thank you
Go
guys for
Bills.
tuning in. Make sure you guys
Go
share
Hall
this.
Notes.
Let people. Yeah, Hall Oates.
Oates.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let us know in the comment section what you thought of the episode. Like, share, comment. Please put us out there. Help us get some traction here. If you want to support us, you can go to the websites. But the more important thing is some more support businesses. These guys need it. They definitely with COVID and stuff. And now they're shipping to Pennsylvania.
Hook
Check
it
the
up.
links below. Buy some T-shirts. Buy some merchandise. Buy some beer. You can't go wrong with Lieutenant Dan.
I
Get
think it
some
was-
American Light.
$20 shipping to get a case from them, so that's not bad
Not bad at all.
for beer. Based on looking at weight,
I think when people see shipping and they
because
get
if you think it's
drive
gonna
to New York
cost
and
me-
pick it
yeah,
up.
exactly, it's
Yeah.
going to cost me more than $22 to drive there and get it.
Yeah.
So
And then
time.
$22, you can
$22, like
gas.
not only gas but time.
yeah.
$20 shipping for a case of beer. If you sit back and you think about that, honestly, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're really into it, go halfies with some buddies. That's what we do
Yeah.
sometimes. If we order somewhere out of the area, we'll all chip in and we each get a case at like a little bit out of the case.
Yeah.
Support the breweries, man. These guys are
Hook
good
'em
people. Thank you so much for doing
Yeah,
this.
man,
Thank you
thanks
so
for
much for
hanging out. This was a
supporting
lot of
us
fun.
and sharing
My
our
pleasure.
posts
Go
all the
Bills.
time. And
Yeah,
go
sign
Bills.
up for the newsletter. Sign up for our text app or our text messaging. We do discounts all the time to just pop up randomly on that text thing for free shipping or 30% off beer or 30% off a case or something like that. So
Sweet.
yeah, like
Where do
I
you
said,
find that on the
we
website?
appreciate it. Yep, you sign it. Just go to warhorsebrewing.com. If you're hitting shop liquids or shop dry goods, that'll take you right to where you need to go. It'll have
Has
the option to sign up for everything.
Has your wine been approved for shipping to PA?
Yep, we can ship
Okay.
everything we make. It's
Awesome.
wine, beer, ciders, soda, t-shirts, glassware, merchandise. We can ship it direct to your house. And
Awesome.
If it's got alcohol
Nice.
in it, all you got to do is have just someone over 21 sign for it. It'll come to your house, Bezos style.
Nice.
We appreciate it, man.
Yeah, and we will definitely be doing a Three Brothers wine episode as well.
Awesome.
That'd be great.
I will say this real quick before we sign off. Have you ever watched The League?
Oh, I fucking love the league.
Yes.
So every
Penis
time
wine.
when I hear Three Brothers, I think Three Penis Wine all the time.
Three Brothers wine.
Fucking taco.
You need to make a taco wine.
B&B.
The EVD. Such a great show. If the Bills win the Super Bowl, will we get a Bills beer?
Oh man, I think everybody that's ever been in the New York area is trying to scramble to make a New York beer and a New York.
If the
like
label does
Buffalo
not have
t-shirt.
someone being choke slammed through a table, I'm not going to be
A flaming table. A
Flaming
flaming table.
Flaming IPA.
Here you go.
Yeah, I
Mafia.
want Uncle Sam in the buffalo hat with the Zubaz.
Scratch it. Scratch it. Here's how you make it right to us. If the Bills win the Super Bowl, I want a horse head Macho Man Randy Savage giving an elbow drop to someone through a flaming table like wearing a Chiefs, like, whoever you're playing in the Super Bowl.
thought Jim Kelly was the man? I'm the man. I'm here to win the Super Bowls. Get home.
Yes. Amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much, man, hanging out with us. Please support Warhorse. They're great
Yo,
people.
Fantastic. Go buy a case of Lieutenant Dan and all the other beers.
Yeah.
Because they're awesome.
Hell yeah.
We're out of
Yeah, we
here.
appreciate it, man.
Here's some
Later,
Fade the
bro.
Next style. Hang out with us, and then after the music's done, we'll talk to you quick, and then we'll say a proper goodbye to you. See you guys later.
Peace.